please give a right royal welcome to Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, hello, peasants. Peasants, polyps, and mutants, I can see there. It's mutants. It's wonderful to be here with great pomp and ceremony, to share with you all my very important news about the future of your Commonwealth. Yes. To strengthen my empire against sedition, we are reviving and maintaining good, wholesome colonial traditions, like the tradition of slavery, upon which all great empires are built, for which we feel not an ounce of guilt, and other good things like conscription for cannon fodder, so we can invade without lots of bother. Land theft, indigenous genocide, it's one of my favorites, rampant shooting of wildlife, and other such things we pride. Exploiting of women and children abound, as our empire acquires new, useful new ground. Your Prime Minister has pledged to be my bold knight, to keep these traditions burning bright. And speaking of burning, we're bringing back one of my favorite of all traditions, the burning of Catholics. It's a little English barbecue tradition. Oh yes, and speaking of which, get it, burning, which? Has anyone seen the Pope? Have you seen his hat? Oh God, awful, moth-eaten old thing, shabby, must be 500 years old. And his hat's bad too. But my husband and I know what to do. We've designed the Pope a brand new hat that will catapult Catholicism onto the 20th century rack. Designed by my milliner, who makes all my nice, trim, neat little hats. All we need is a stand-in Pope to try out our hat and give it some hope. Who would like to try the hat? Come on, dear. How about you? Come on. Open your eyes. Would you feel holy? Yes. Well, we don't want that. You might put a bun in somebody's oven, darling. Oh, well, that can't do. It'll never do. Go away. Off you go, peasant. Oh, dear. We look to the future of my throne with great uncertainty and the great unknown, but with courage and hope. We are not happy with one's family. And so, I've penned a poem to publicly display my great concern to you all. Can you see it? Good. One's family has let one down. No suitable heir to leave one's crown. Our sister Margaret, to be sure, drank too much and played the bagpipes. Our first son Charles increased our fears. One's crown won't fit upon his ears. Our daughter Anne so loved her horse, her passions drove her to divorce. Her husband just could not compare with a well-hung stallion or feisty mare. Oh, of her children it's agreed they bear some resemblance to her steed. Disgusting. Our next son Andy, quite the dandy, picked a wife who was always randy. Fickle Fergie and her playboy beaux, oh, they loved to go and suck her toes. Oh. And so it was a matter of course that one would rather them both divorce. Personally, I would have preferred a beheading. Our youngest Edward, bright and gay, joined the theatre right away. He's married now, which pleases one, and in her oven, he has placed a bun. But his dashing looks fall by the way, he's getting plumper by the day, his man boobs are exploding, so who'll give birth, it's hard to say. Oh, will nothing ever go my way? We are not amused. Our Crown Prince Charles did pick his queen, a fairy princess most serene, but unto him she would not obey. We knew disaster was on its way. Though they both walked down the aisle, and Charles did flash a beaming smile, he was fornicating all the while with that floozy flapper with hairy moles, that damned Camilla Parker Bowles. He'd rather wear on his head her pantyhose than my crown. Diana rebelled and had sordid affairs and nearly gave birth to Arabian heirs. She embarrassed us all by helping people with AIDS and getting legless on all those landmine crusades, shaking hands with legless Africans and wearing miniskirts in Pakistan. Oh, dreadful faux pas. Diana would even beef up in the gym, and willy-nilly would roller skate round Piccadilly, made us all royals look quite silly. It seemed as if my precious crown would wind up rolling on the ground, or worse, on the head of a rival queen. Elton John. Diana really had to go. Another divorce, the third in a row. However, the shocking death of our beloved Princess of Hearts was most timely. Oh, yes. No one saw me drive away in that small white Mini on the day. Oh, why can't my children just be happy with arranged marriages? They're not all crappy, like my marriage to my cousin Philip, because nothing's more comforting than looking into a familiar face. And those winter evenings fly at a cracking pace as we hit the gin and go shooting grouse. Oh, it's so grouse. Blasting little bodies out of the sky put such a twinkle in my Philip's eye. We have to hit the gin, you know. Our grandchildren give us no end of woe. Their exploits over the years read like cinema classics. The Adventures of Harry Pothead, Free Willy, the tongue-piercing horror of Madame Zara. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Fergie and her girls. Dirty Harry, The Naked Lunch, the madness of Prince George. It just gets worse. We are not amused, but we will not give up. We will not give in to sordid sin. We will maintain our dignity and grace, and not give up our rightful place as moral pillar of the empire and champion of the people's faith. And so I make this royal decree to save my British monarchy. A new successor I have found, with attitude of nose to ground, impeccable lineage, sharp ears that don't miss a trick, a dedication to duty and service, and a mind that's bold and quick. I hereby hand down my sacred crown to Cuddles, my favourite corgi. And here she is. It's a little picture painted by Rolf Harris. Sir Rolf is a shining example of empire. And here she is. Bow down now and play God Save the Queen, young man, as I leave. Thank you.